say, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. I'm gonna say, I don't know. I think I'm having a minor allergic reaction to something because the inside of my mouth is on fire. My nose and mouth is on fire, and I have no idea why. What brilliant timing. Whiskey cures all. Well, we do have other fluids. You know, in the rest of the UK, you know, apart from Scotland, we do tend to have other liquids we can consume that are safe to drink and everything. So I might try a few of those. I don't mean to flex on you. Oh wait, it's treats o'clock already? Okay, that's good. I will go shut up and give my bunny some treats and be right back. And I think after that maybe we'll fuck. We'll fuck. We'll I don't know what's happening there. Let me check back in after the malfunction. Mods, is it good to look? Are we good? I could feel the panic through the screen there. I was like worried that his like okay. We won't. You think it's okay? Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see if this is working. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. And there we go. They all got their treats. Love you. So that's that jubbed. Yeah. It's good to have treats o'clock again. I'm glad you guys can appreciate their like happiest time of the day again. Yeah, so yeah, I guess I should tell you guys what happened. And some more of the details as to why I haven't been here as much. And yeah. So I did put out an announcement about the fact that my dad died last weekend. I think it was last weekend. Time is a blur right now. I don't even know how long it's been. But whenever the date on that tweet is, yeah, I should probably. I'll just pause the music. So my dad died. He passed. He passed. Yeah, and that was really rough because yeah, me and my dad didn't have the best relationship, and I didn't know how seriously ill he was. Um, and he had some health issues a while back. He went to the hospital, and then he was out of the hospital, and that was all I knew. So I didn't realize how serious it was. And he sent me a message not long ago, just checking in on me and saying, sorry to bother you, how are you? And it was like really out of the blue. And I ignored it. I completely ignored it because I wasn't ready to speak to him. I wasn't ready to reconnect. And yeah, now I never will. And then on the same day, literally the same day that my family called me to let me know that he had passed, my mom's health took a turn for the worst, and my mom has received a terminal diagnosis. So I am losing both parents, not just one. And my mom has needed a lot of care, and I have not really had any time to stop since then at all. So I haven't been able to stream, and that has scared me as well, because my mom has always had some issues that have always been affecting her, and I've always been her carer for as long as I can remember, and streaming has helped me to be able to take care of her and to be able to provide for her and make sure that things didn't get worse. And so not being able to stream scared the shit out of me, because I was like, oh, fuck off. I was terrified that if everyone just moved on and I don't have a stream to come back to, then how am I going to take care of her, and how am I going to make sure that I don't have to worry about her? Thanks. Great timing. I wish I knew how to quieten that down, because this is really not the time. So yeah, I just kept trying with that, and I just wasn't able to find the time last week, and I expect there probably will be quite a few missed streams coming. Yeah. So I've been dealing with a lot. I wish I could tell you more details about it, but I feel like my dad's family haven't really talked about the details of how he passed. So I don't want to step any toes there. I don't want to step on any toes there, because they're going through enough. So I will only release what they've released, which is that he's gone. He's gone. And yeah, that is everything. So yeah, I'd love to say that the last week has been just me relaxing and recovering after the news about my dad, but it really hasn't. It really hasn't, and it's been a lot. So fuck off, you slut. Yeah. And also, I have been holding off on saying anything more about it until everyone was comfortable with me saying something as well, because nobody has enough to worry about right now, including my mom. So yeah, that's why I've been gone. And there are going to be people in chat going, don't worry about the streams, it'll be all right. And it won't be all right. I mean, got at least one funeral to cover, and I have to do the things I have to do in order to make sure that I can cover a lot of things that are happening. So everyone worries about their job, especially when they have to take time off, but it's different when you're a streamer. There are people on this platform who have taken time off for perfectly legit reasons, and they've gone for a little bit, come back, everyone's moved on. and they could just never recover. And so like that always scares you when you have to take time off, especially when people are relying on you. So yeah, as much as the vocal minority is going to sit there and go, it'll be fine, I really wish that could be comforting in my position, but it's not. So I have been terrified. Yeah, not just scared for myself. So that's why my phone is on, because I have some calls and messages that I can't afford to miss. So yeah, I'm sorry if you hear that go off every now and again, but that'll be why. But yeah, I'll put the music back on, and that's the only time I'm going to really talk about that today. I don't think I really want to talk about it anymore. Thank you, Mert. I appreciate it. Fuck off. Huh. But we can totally talk about something else right now. I think that's everything. Ah. Video gamer, thank you. I appreciate it, sweetheart. Goth looks amazing. Thank you. I'm trying something new, and so far I'm happy with it. I like the earrings I found. Have you seen them? They're like little swords. They have like a sword top. You see? Ah. Thanks, Chris. That's a very specific number of bits. And all hail Pretoria. I appreciate the gift subs as well. Thank you all for the gift subs. Interesting. I appreciate it too. When you go into battle and forget your primary when you forget your primary weapon, thank you. Are you worried about stumbling into World War III? What an interesting change of subject. I think for my mod's sake, because I think a lot of people can't behave themselves during that conversation. I think I'm going to spare the mods today. Poopy head. Interesting name, thank you. But I love you, you slut. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, you slut. Did you get any new sea glass you have yet to show us? So I still want to do that auction I promised you so long ago. Every time I start getting my head back in the game and thinking, all these things I plan to do with you guys, I'll get started on them now. Something new pops up. So I got stifled on my way, but I made a few of these. I made a few necklaces out of the sea glass that I've been finding. So maybe we could auction them for charity at some point. If any of you want a necklace. I mean, this one's a very simple one. It's not a very impressive one, but, you know, I used to make much more interesting ones back when I used to do this for a job. If I cover my face, you could probably see it. No? It doesn't want to? I swear, one of the trickiest things is trying to figure out how to get the camera to focus where it should be. But yeah, I made a few of these. I have one with a black piece of sea glass. I mean, this one has a bubble in it as well, but the black one also has a bubble in it. Black glass is like hundreds upon hundreds of years old, so it can be like 300, 400, 500 years old. And there's a bubble of air in it that was probably, you know, the air that glass blower who made that piece of glass was breathing at the time, just in a complete frozen in a time capsule. It's probably Industrial Revolution glass though, but like you know, like a bit of the first ever smog to hit a city. Pirate Poet, thank you so much. Ah, whatever happened to that UFO craze? Well, we can run the dono and then I'll give you the lowdown on UFO news if you're interested, because I kept apprised of deck of that. I've been keeping apprised of that. I've been looking into things for a while, and there have been some developments.
Hey Anita, I just wanted to say thank you for still showing up after all of the hardship life has thrown your way. We are always grateful for your strength and really hope things get better for you soon, Anita.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, alien stuff. Shush. I have dick. I have dick. I'll drug your mum. I'll drug. I have dick. I have. Thanks, Matty. Oh my god, thanks, Matty. That's huge. I am. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, aliens. Fucking hell. Okay, so aliens. There's a whole Reddit that is dedicated to spooky, shape-changing footage of all sorts of alien spacecraft all around the world, and I swear to God, 100% of them are just fucking Mylar balloons. And to the point where people on other Reddits have taken stills from these bits of footage, compared them to different various very unique looking Mylar balloons and gone, solved it, there you go, that is definitely this balloon. Okay, and when they've posted it on the Reddit, they get banned. That Reddit has so many followers, so many viewers, so many people like going, oh my god, I knew it, I swear this is the one that abducted me, all this sort of stuff. And it's all quite consistently Mylar balloons. 100%. Quite consistently. Strangely so as well, because there are plenty of videos and plenty of footage and photos of UFOs that aren't anywhere near possibly a balloon. And yet this specific Reddit has what seems like hundreds. You scroll down, every single clip, every single zoom in, every single photo is one that genuinely looks like a Mylar balloon. It's so odd. So yeah, probably doing a great disservice to the UFO community because anyone who stumbles across that is just going to think that anyone who's interested in UFOs is just an idiot. But to be honest with you, like, if I was the government and I wanted to hide UFOs, I would just, it's so easy. All I would do is every time a video or a bit of phone footage came out or anything like that, after the cover up, after making sure nobody talks, after getting everyone to sign confidentiality agreements and everything who saw it in person, like any military personnel, any like air pilots and stuff, once you've got it all done, all you do is you take down, you let the video go viral for a bit. Then you take it down. Then you let a couple of videos go around that are digitally remastered versions of the video that slightly make it look fake. So you recreate the entire video in After Effects or some shit. So you give it a blurry transition, some small clue that it was digital. And now the only video, the only version of it that's left is one that you can point to and go, oh, that was fake. Everyone can tell that's fake. You probably saw that on your feed. If you go look at it again, as you can see in this particular frame, it distorts because it's just a special effect. Someone probably made it on an app on their phone. And then people look at that and they go, oh yeah, that does look fake now that I look at it again. And they move on immediately. So that's how you hide it. Absolutely. I don't know why anyone would have any trouble concealing this if it was real, because that's all it would take. Thanks for uncovering the latest psyops. I don't know. I just kind of feel like when it comes to all of that, I feel like whenever someone's really disinterested in the news, they will say that it's a distraction from what they really care about. You can tell when someone's a bit self absorbed when they're like, nobody pay attention to this thing, it's just a distraction from this thing. And so, like, they really care about, I don't know, the Epstein Island stuff. And so when any other news comes out that people are talking about, they think it's a distraction from what they care about. Clearly, this is the more important news. That is just a distraction. And anyone who cares, I don't know, more about, I don't know, the fact that we're not giving relief and aid to a specific country that went through a natural disaster, and loads of people are dying horribly when they don't need to or something. And they're like, don't look at the Epstein Island shit. This is all a distraction from the fact that the government's doing nothing about this. And so, like, whatever you think is personally important, you'll decide anything that you are not personally interested in is a distraction from your special thing. That is the conspiracy theory. I swear it's a red flag. I swear. It's like, why doesn't everyone care about what I care about? Clearly, the government is just trying to distract you from what I care about. So I don't think that UFO stuff or any specific news really truly is a distraction. I think it's pretty impossible to distract people at this stage because some people have special interests and they're far more interested in shut up, in cock, in trying to, like, they'll always be interested in what they're interested in. So there's no distracting the people who care. Do you think that space in general is a bit interesting? I kind of feel like we as a species are one of the most important things that we will ever do is terraform down the line. But before we're able to, and before we have the technology to, we do have to become one planet. I feel like countries shouldn't exist by the time we create life on a new planet. Otherwise, we will not be developed enough. If we can't be trusted, if our leaders can't be trusted to do that, they are not ready to rule more than one planet. Also, when it comes to trade deals and things, no alien that visits is going to learn every single language and every single, like, do you know how complicated trade laws are for just one country? Like, they're not going to learn them for every single country. They're going to think we're too warlike, we're too basic, we're too at odds with ourselves to deal with. We're not worth the hassle. Primitive species, too argumentative and underdeveloped. So until we become a world government, until we have a world government, until we have one species, until we are humans and nothing else. Like when we imagine other planets, we imagine them being Martians, for example. When we imagined people from Mars, we imagined Martians. Like we didn't think that they were going to have countries and lots of unique languages all across the planet, and that, you know, when one of them makes contact with us, that doesn't count for all of the other countries, and that they all have to make contact with us too. Like, yeah, like we're too broken for this right now. But I think that space is incredibly interesting. I think it's like we could be a species that is responsible for quintillions of lives, just an unimaginable number of people having their existence, not just humans, all sorts of people. Like we could bioengineer whole species developed specifically to exist on distant planets. Like we could do so much. And I don't think that any of that is possible until we're at peace with each other. I don't think that I would want the kinds of people doing Roman salutes leading the charge out into space. I think that is the most ridiculous thing ever. How badly is that going to end for those people that they find? Like, that is not... The first people we send into space should not be Nazis. Willhawk, thank you so much. Are you talking about countries as a political construct, or do you think nations in a cultural sense should also disappear? I feel like I came from a very specific street in a very specific town, and there are experiences that are unique to me because I come from that street. But I don't think that that means it has any relationship to whether or not I'm from that town or from this country. Like, I think you can have cultural experiences, that you can come from an area and pick up an accent, that you can feel close to the historical happenings in your area, and it not have anything to do with whether or not there are countries. I think that countries shouldn't exist. We're human. Like, countries are imaginary. Your culture isn't. Like, your life experiences and the people you know and relate to, your history is still true. But it is also true that countries are fucking imaginary. We redesign them all the time. Go back 50 years, 100 years, 200 years. That's a very short period of time, and those maps completely change because we can just reimagine countries because they're imaginary. They are absolutely not a thing. We made them up, and we didn't make them up for good reasons. And the fact that they exist doesn't serve us at all. So, yeah, I'm not saying that we should erase culture, and I don't think that has anything to do with whether or not we should erase countries. And I do think a natural development of, if you want to space travel, you can't have countries. Either we're Earthlings or we're not. That's it. If we're going to trade with alien races one day, we have to be a planet. We have to be a planet, you know, and we have to have the kinds of people in charge who we can trust with that. And if we don't, we're not developed enough. If in all the entire planet there isn't a single person who could be trusted, if there isn't a community or a committee that could be made of people who could be trusted to work in human interests and make sure that people are safe and free and provided for, if that's not a thing we're capable of, we're not capable of going into space, and we shouldn't. We should put that on hold. Like, that is not something we should be doing at this stage. We are not evolved for that responsibility yet. And we want to be. So we should evolve to have that responsibility. Yeah, there shouldn't be any political conflict left. There shouldn't be any wars. Like, if we're still having wars with ourselves, we are not ready for space. Yeah, go ahead and run the donos, Tony.
Hello Anita, I'm deeply sorry to hear about the loss of your dad and the news about your mum. I know you're not religious, but I just wanted you to know that I will be keeping you, your mum, and your family in my you all the best, folded hands emoji.
Thanks, Solaris. I appreciate that. I do.
Strength, warmth and hugs less than 3.
Thanks, Sparklin. I appreciate it. And Hex, thanks as well. I appreciate the 25. You're all so kind, honestly. I really do. I'm so lucky to have you guys. Ah, thanks. I appreciate it, Asgard.
Anita, you are the only goth streamer that can put a smile on an emo's face with your wit, wisdom, and humor.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Oh my god. Oh, thank you, Rain. Thank you so fucking much. You've already given so much. I just, yeah. I appreciate the support. I wish I could be all like happy and bouncy and just like really express a lot of gratitude, but I don't know. I feel like this is, I don't know how to feel right now, but thank you. Yeah. Well, thanks for understanding, everyone. Yeah. I feel like I feel like shut up. I feel like if I can just get through to this stream without crying, I'll be happy. I feel like if that it's been a good stream if I don't cry. Why choose goth out of all personas? I don't really see goth as a persona. I feel like my understanding of a persona is that it's a cluster of identity traits and a personality that you perform, like something you can take off and put back on again. And I kind of feel like goth is not a persona, but more an aspect, a flavor of your identity. Like if you have a packet of crisps, like ready salted, prawn cocktail, cheese and onion, these are all flavors of crisp. Like at the end of the day, they're not a cheese and an onion, they're a crisp. But the cheese and onion is a flavor of the crisp, it's an aspect of it. And you could get loads of different brands of cheese and onion crisps, and they would pretty much all taste a bit different. They might have a similar color to them, they might have a similar packaging, they might have like a lot of onions and cheese blocks painted on them, but they all still look really different, and they're still, you know, not the same thing. And I kind of feel like it's the same with goth. Goth is like a flavor of person, but it's not a persona, it's just an aspect of them. And even though there are other people who are goth, usually goths have a unique aspect, a specific flavor to their way of being goth. Yeah, exactly. But as well, like, I kind of feel like all my life I have done a lot of things that would be considered goth. I've always collected bones and skulls. I have always enjoyed a lot of dark imagery and art. I've always fucking loved Gothic architecture, and I have always had a lot of things that would be considered very Gothic about me. If you look at pictures of me as a child, I quite for a long period looked a lot like Wednesday Addams. To be quite honest with you, I did have a lot of goth things about me growing up, but my mom was a goth, a very hardcore goth, and I didn't want to feel like she was just deciding who I was, and I didn't want to seem like I was copying her. So I tried to find my own thing that wasn't gothy, despite the fact that at heart, a lot of my hobbies, interests, and attitude and humor and just everything about me was very, very goth. And so, like, weirdly, a lot of people do alternative lifestyles in the beginning as a form of rebellion. And I feel like I was rebelling by not indulging that aspect of me because I didn't want to be a copy of my parent. So I kind of held it at bay for as long as I could, but I never really found anything that fit me in between. I feel like I was just wearing placeholder clothes that were just a way of trying to wear something that was flattering and didn't look terrible, but I didn't really know if it really felt like me. And whenever I wore dresses and a lot of clothing, especially clothing that was very girly or was very, like, if it had a strong flavor to it, like, it didn't really feel like me. Like, even just wearing a normal dress felt like I was just wearing drag. I just felt like I was in drag. It felt like a performance, like an outfit that wasn't mine. It felt like I had to do a lot of work to look a certain way, and it looked very different, but it didn't really feel like me. And so I never really fit with anything. And then I did Gothmas, where I did goth looks one day for every £1,000 that I earned for charity, and you guys redeemed a fuck ton of days. So I had to get a fuck ton of gothic clothing, and I was allowed to just be creative and wear clothes to enjoy and to have fun with, to make art out of myself, rather than to look right, to look acceptable, to not look a mess. Like, it wasn't like here's a manual on how to be accepted by society. You wear XYZ clothes. Like, it was I get to have fun. I am now a palette. I get to make art out of this palette. And it was really fun. And I felt like it fit me more than everything else. And I was like, huh, but I feel like I've been putting this off my whole life, but this is probably the most that anything has ever suited me, the most right anything has ever felt. All of this felt weirdly right. And then I had all of these clothes, these gothic clothing, and accessories and stuff, enough to wear a different outfit for an entire month. And I had it all just sat there in a closet doing nothing. And it was just there. And eventually, as someone who fucking hates clothes shopping and doesn't want to have to spend loads of time having loads of ticks in a changing room, while people in the adjacent ones laugh at me and all this shit and just all of the stuff that just makes shopping hard, I just decided, why shop for more clothes when I enjoy these ones and they're all here? And I started wearing them in my day-to-day, even when I wasn't raising money for charity, and that slowly became a thing. So yeah, I guess that was the transition. Marbix, thanks for the prime, by the way. You're dead. You're dead. Yes, you. Leather jacket is very cool. Well, for me, like, I don't really wear leather, but also because it's really, really bad for the environment, and also I don't use animal products. But like, also, I can't really find a leather jacket that looks good over big boobs. I have a boob issue, which is that unfortunately, if I wear things that are loose fitting, then I look like a tent. Like, things hang off. There's a massive gap between my stomach and the front of the clothes, so I have like this big gusty. It's like wearing a skirt. I had like this billowing tube of like clothing that is just like a skirt hanging off me, just hanging off my boobs, if you know what I mean. So if I wear a loose baggy t-shirt, like that, and if someone got down on their knees and looked up, they'd be able to look up my top because it doesn't touch my belly because it's hanging off me. And so like with